So I'm back with another collection update video. This is going to be everything that I picked up for the month of March 2022. We have about 35 titles to go over today. Everybody stay tuned. We'll get started right after this. Welcome back to Pot's Movie Dungeon. Alright everybody, we will go ahead and get started here. And like I said, we have 35 titles to go over today. And this is most of the stuff that I picked up for the month of March. There are a couple things I didn't include in this because I did like standalone videos on those. The main one is the one you see behind me next to the Clint box set. That is the Godfather 50th Anniversary Collector's Edition. I got a video on that one there that I did by itself. So I will link that up here above and maybe link it down below. If you guys get a chance, go check that out. But these are everything. This is everything that I picked up for the month of March, if memory serves. I kind of went back and looked at some of my orders, and I believe this is everything I picked up. Now, before I get started, this one title here I didn't include in this 35 because I'm actually not keeping this movie. I watched this with my buddy Brad the other day, and I just wasn't a big fan of it, guys. So I know that my buddy over at Brian Goes Blue, he was going to pick this up. So I told him, I said, look, I don't see myself ever watching this again. So I told him I would just send this over to him. So Brian, I'll be sending this to you probably tomorrow sometime. But that is the Unearthed Classics movie of Primatos. Really cool slipcover, guys. Don't be fooled by the slipcover. It's not that good. And I'm not going to hate on this movie because I know my buddy Brad's a big fan of this movie. But this is a German horror movie of just over-the-top gore, which, you know, I should be a fan of that. But it was just something about this movie just didn't really resonate with me. But like I said, Brian, I hope you enjoy this. I know it's something that you wanted to check out. And go into it with an open mind. Don't listen to me. It might be something that you enjoy a lot more than I do, and I hope you do. So I did not include this in my count because, like I said, I'm not going to keep it. So minus this one here, we have 35 titles to go over. And guys, just to save you guys some time, if you guys are here just for the Scream Factory stuff, if you're here just for the Vinegar Syndrome stuff, I'm going to put some timestamps down below in the video. So that way you guys can bounce around or whatever. If you're here just for certain things, you ain't got to watch this big long video. You can just kind of just check out the parts you're interested in. But I do hope you check out the whole video. I would love for you to. But I know some of you guys ain't got time to sit down and watch an hour-long video or whatever this is going to end up being. So I thought the timestamps would be a nice touch. I'm going to try to go over these as fast as possible. I know with some of these bigger collection update videos, I tend to ramble a little bit. But guys, we will get through it. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So the first one I want to show you guys, this is one of their double features, one of Scream Factory's double features. And I still got probably 8 or 9 of these to pick up. And this is one of the ones that was really out of print. It was hard to find. I was able to get this for a pretty good deal on eBay. And that is the Ghoulies Part 1 and 2. Now this here has been out of print for quite a while now. And I was glad to finally pick this up. And I will show you guys the inside. If you guys can see that. I'll take it out so you guys can look at it. Not much to see. You just got some images there. These are some movies here that I have not seen in quite a while. I don't remember much about them. I have seen both Ghoulies 1 and 2, but been many years. There's a disc art, guys, if you guys want to see that. But yeah, Ghoulies 1 came out in 1985. Ghoulies 2 came out in 1987. Yeah, guys, I remember back in the day when these movies came out, you know, Gremlins was such a big hit. You got some other movies that were similar, kind of like Critters, and then you have the Ghoulies. I mean, for what they were, guys, these were fun movies. I haven't seen them in quite a while, like I said. But these are some that I am excited to go back and kind of check out. And guys, as far as special features go, I'm not going to go over all of them. You get a couple things. You get some interviews with some of the executive producers, etc. You know, trailers, stuff like that, some commentaries. You know, just kind of the basic fare. I'm sure most of you guys are familiar with these movies here, guys. But I am excited to have this in the collection. You know, I still got probably about 6 or 7 more to get, and they're the ones that are all out of print. I'm really working on that, and I'm really hopeful that one of these days I'll be able to say that I got all these. Yeah, I was proud to land that for what I did. So next on the list, we have the only Shout Select title that came out from Scream Factory this month, and that is The Core. Now, I know when this was released, there was a lot of people going, okay, why do we have this? We don't really need this movie. This movie doesn't really have a very good history as far as being a great movie. It's one I have not seen probably since I rented it back in the day. So I don't remember that much about it. I do remember it not being one of my favorite movies. But, you know, I love a sci-fi movie. I love end-of-the-world type movies, you know, Armageddon, stuff like that. So I am excited to check it out again. I'm going to go into it with an open mind. You do get a new 4K scan from the original camera negative. an audio commentary with director John Emile. And you get some other stuff, some deleted scenes, trailers, image gallery, stuff like that. But yeah, I'm excited to get back and check that out, guys. And for those of you keeping score at home, this is number 130 in the Shout Select line. And that is the only Shout Select title I have in this collection. Alright, now we are going to get into the Scream Factory standalone editions I picked up. And I say this almost every time I do one of these videos, guys. You guys know I'm trying to collect all these Scream Factory standalones. And I'm getting fairly close. I still got a while to go. But I got a pretty good amount in this haul here, so I'm getting closer. This next one here was one that was out of print. And I do believe this is one that was an exclusive to the Scream Factory website. It was the only place you could pick it up. And I want to say it was limited to like 1,500 copies. And that is the movie Death Sport. Now, Death Sport, it came out in 1978. It was directed by Alan Arkush, which I'm not familiar with. And this stars David Carradine, Claudia Jenkins, Richard Lynch, and don't really recognize any of the other names on the cast here. But this looks like a pretty fun time, guys. The basic plot of this movie here, because I had to look it up myself, I wasn't familiar with it. It says futuristic science fiction about a sport to the death using destructocycles. If that don't sound like cheesy, fun greatness, I don't know what does, guys. But yeah, in the year 3000, there'll be no more Olympic Games, World Series, or Super Bowls. There will only be Death Sport. So I'll show you guys the artwork on that, guys. I do love David Carradine. So I'm sure most of you know him from Kill Bill. But there's the inside. And I'm sure this movie's going to be a fun time, guys. I haven't had a chance to watch many of these yet. I've been catching up on some other titles. But I have watched a few of these this month. But anyway, guys, Death Sport, looking forward to checking that one out. Alright, next up, we have a movie here that I'm really excited to check out. And I love the title of this one. And that is Exorcism at 60,000 Feet. And some pretty cool artwork there. But guys, this has a pretty impressive cast. I mean, you have Lance Henriksen, Adriana Barbeau, and Bill Moseley. I'm looking here, guys. I don't see anybody else really stands out to me as far as the cast goes. But yeah, it says on the last flight of a transatlantic passenger airliner, a priest, a rabbi, sounds like a joke. A priest, a rabbi, and the airline crew team together to save a plane from a pandemic of demonic possessions. Yeah, sign me up, guys. I love any kind of movie that has to do with demonic possession. You know, I love disaster films, and this looks like the best of both worlds. So I'll show you guys the reversible artwork, and I'm actually a pretty big fan of the reversible artwork as well. So, it's like just a cool, cheesy title, guys. I've never actually heard of this before, which is kind of surprising, but it's one I'm definitely excited to check out. But as far as special features go, guys, you probably can't see that, but everything in green right there, you get a pretty good amount to be a standalone. You get a documentary called Behind the Screams of Exorcism at 60,000 Feet. You get interviews with some of the cast. Looks like you get a theatrical trailer, some commentary, stuff like that, guys. So, yeah, that's going to be a fun one. Excited to check that one out. Now, this next one here, I didn't even know this movie existed. I grew up watching this show, but I didn't know they had made a movie. But that is a movie called Munster Go Home. And you see there's the cast of the TV show The Munsters there. This came out in 1966, so this is an old one, guys. And it says the Munsters travel to England after Herman discovers he's the new lord of the Munster Hall. So I'm sure this is going to be just campy as hell. But if you're a fan of the Munsters like I am, guys, this will probably be a good time. And of course, you got Fred Gwynn playing Herman Munster. You have Al Lewis playing Grandpa. I think my buddy Brian over at Brian Goes Blue told me that one of the cast members was different than the TV show. And it might be Lily. Lily Munster is played by Yvonne DiCarlo. So you guys can correct me down in the comments down below if you guys know more about this. It looks to me like some of the other cast. You got Richard Dawson. You know him from The Running Man and, of course, the host of Family Feud. He's in this. So I'm sure this is, like I said, this is probably going to be campy as hell, guys. But I am excited to check this out. I am a fan of the Munsters TV show. And yeah, we'll see what it's all about, guys. I'm sure it's going to be just like an extended version of the TV show. But yeah, that'll be a fun time, guys. Alright. Now, this next one here is one I've never seen. I've always wanted to see because I'm a big fan of Snoop Dogg. But that is the movie Bones. And I am hoping that this is a good time. I've heard a lot of people say this is a pretty fun movie. But like I said, never checked it out. But being a fan of Snoop Dogg, whatever, I think this will be a fun watch. This movie came out in 2001. It says over 20 years after his death by gunshot, Jimmy Bones comes back as a ghost to wreak havoc on those who killed him and to clean up his neighborhood. And this was directed by Ernest R. Dickerson. And of course, it stars the great Snoop Dogg. You got Pam Grier in this, Michael T. Weiss, Clifton Powell, Ricky Harris. Pretty decent cast, guys. So I'm a big fan of Pam Grier. I'm not sure if I ever seen Snoop Dogg act in a main role for sure. But yeah, definitely wanted to check out, guys. I'm setting the bar low. I'm not expecting a fantastic movie. I'm just hoping for a pretty good fun time. So you guys can let me know down below if you guys have seen this. I know most of you probably have. This is one that I just never got around to watching. And there's a shot of the inside. No reversible artwork on this one here. And the special features on here is a pretty good amount, guys. And I'm not going to go through all these special features, just kind of giving you a rough outline. This is going to give you some interviews with the director and the cast. I'm trying to see if Snoop Dogg's got anything on here. You do have an audio commentary with Snoop Dogg, Ernest Dickerson, and Adam Simon. That'll be a good time. Something called Digging Up Bones. A few other documentaries, deleted scenes. You get a music video, theatrical press kit, and theatrical trailer. So I'm sure watching this with Snoop Dogg doing the commentary is probably a fun time. So the next one we have up here is one that me and my buddy Brad were talking about last night. He picked this up, if memory serves, he picked this up from the Kino sale. I may be wrong about that. I know he picked it up recently, but whatever he mentioned it, I had told him I just picked this up from Screen Factory. So this has been released by other boutique titles, but I do have the Screen Factory version, and that is To the Devil a Daughter. Pretty cool title. And this one here came out in 1976, and it was directed by Peter Sykes, and it stars Richard Widmark, the great Christopher Lee. Trying to see. You have Natasha Kinski. Looking real fast here, guys. Don't really recognize the rest of the cast. Hope I'm not leaving anybody out. It says an American occult novelist battles to save the soul of a young girl from a group of Satanists led by an excommunicated priest who plan on using her as the representative of the devil on earth. A good time, guys. And I'm looking here. It looks like this is a Hammer release. So I'm sure Johnny will let me know down below if I'm wrong about that, whatever. But this looks to be a Hammer release, which, those are always a lot of fun. I'm trying to get more into the Hammer films. I do own a ton of them. I just haven't watched many of them. You get a new audio commentary with the historian Steve Haberman and Konstantin Nazar. It's like you get a couple documentaries, theatrical trailer, stars. You get interviews with the cast. Christopher Lee. That's why I wanted to see if Christopher Lee actually did an interview. So you get interviews with Christopher Lee, Honor Blackman, and Antonio Valentine, director Peter Sykes. So you get a lot of interviews here, guys. So if you're a fan of this movie, this looks like a pretty strong release. And I'll show you the back there one more time, and we'll see if we have any reversible cover art, and we do. And really nice reversible cover art, guys. I'm probably going to switch that over. So, yeah. This looks like a pretty good time. And I am glad to have it in my collection because it's always good to add a Hammer title. And speaking of Hammer films, this next was another Hammer title, and another one I know nothing about, called Captain Kronos, a Vampire Hunter. So this one here does just look campy as hell. But that's the inside of it there. It's an older title, came out in 1974. And this one was directed by Brian Clemens, also written by Brian Clemens. And don't recognize any of the cast on this one, guys. Nobody big enough, for me to have heard of. But that doesn't mean they're not a star, but I just don't know them. A master swordsman and former soldier and his hunchback assistant hunt vampires. If you're a fan of the Hammer films, guys, this might be one that you guys are fans of. I don't know. I will check it out and find out if I'm a fan or one that I'm not going to give a damn about. We'll see. All right. So coming up next, we have a movie from 1976, and this is one called The Tenant. Show you all the front. Show you guys the back. This one here came out in 1976 and directed by Roman Polanski. I'm sure everybody's heard of him. And this stars Roman Polanski, which is interesting. Isabella Adjani, the name sounds familiar. Joanne Fleet, and nobody else that I really recognize. And just off the top of my head here, guys, Roman Polanski was the director of Chinatown, and I'm sure he's done a ton of other stuff, guys. I can't think of nothing off the top of my head right now. But yeah, this might be a fun one, guys. Give it a watch, guys. We'll see. And guys, please let me know down below if one of these movies really stand out as one of your favorites or one you think I maybe need to put to the top of the stack to watch. It's always appreciated because, when I buy these titles from Screen Factory, especially these standalones, a lot of these are blind buys. And, they're ones that I eventually do check out. But, I kind of got a list here of ones I want to check out first. And let me know if I need to move any of these, closer to the top. All right, so moving on. The next one I picked up from Screen Factory. This is The Lost Continent from 1968. Another old one. This one says, the captain, crew, and passengers of an old freighter, all of them with dark secrets to keep, find themselves adrift in a mysterious land full of monsters, conquistadors, and killer seaweed. Killer seaweed. Yeah. That's a great image there, guys. Check that out. I'll try to get that glare off of there for y'all. So yeah, this could be a good time, guys. But that is The Lost Continent. Tagline says, "The living hell that time forgot." Quite a bit of special features. That red box right there, guys. Not going to go over all those, but I'll just say the first part. It's got a new 2K scan of the original film. It says new 2K scan of the original film elements from the 20th Century Fox Vault. New audio commentary, some interviews. You got the theatrical trailers, crap like that. So that is The Lost Continent. This movie might suck. I might love it. I don't know. But I do appreciate the fact, that they gave it the love to give them all those special features. And I am sure there's super fans of some of these movies out there. And, I can appreciate them giving these kind of movies the love like that. And this looks like the type of movie here that, this could be a hidden gem that I would have never known about. It might be a paperweight, but hopefully it'll be something worth watching, guys. All right, now this next one here, I was talking to my buddy Johnny about this, and I want to say that that this was the last Frankenstein movie made in the Hammer film line. May be wrong about that, guys. I know I read that somewhere, or I was talking to somebody about that. But that is Frankenstein and the Monster from Hell. And I am pretty confident that this is the last Frankenstein film that was made in the Hammer line. But guys, don't hold me to that. I may be wrong. But this came out in 1974, and this was directed by Terence Fisher, and this stars Peter Cushing. Which anytime you have a Hammer film with Peter Cushing and directed by Terence Fisher, according to what Johnny says, he's a big Hammer aficionado. According to what Johnny says, those are usually a good time. So this is one that I'm looking forward to checking out whenever I do dig into some more Hammer titles. No reversible, guys. Just a nice shot from the movie there. Of course, this is going to be, it looks like a black and white. So yeah, guys, this should be a good time. It basically says Baron Frankenstein works with a mental patient to reanimate the dead. It says his brain came from a genius, his body came from a killer, his soul came from hell. So yeah, looking forward to checking that one out. All right, so this next one here is one that I've kind of had my eye on for a while, and I was glad to finally grab this, and I was able to grab this one with a slip. And this is the remake of the David Cronenberg classic of Rabid. And that is the remake right there. And this one here came out in 2019. It says, the Quiet Rose works in women's fashion clothing, hoping to be a designer. A traffic accident damages her face. She gets experimental stem cell treatment, leaving her stronger and prettier than ever. But there's a side effect. So this one here was directed by Jen Soska, and I'm not expecting this one to be anywhere as close to as good as the original. I think the original came out in the 70s. Don't remember the year off the top of my head. But it does have great artwork, and I have heard that this is a pretty solid remake. But I am going into it with an open mind and hoping that this is going to be a fun movie. I have a feeling it's going to be. But yeah, that's Rabid, guys. And I was a big fan of the original. I have that as one of the collector's editions up there. And there's the inside artwork. And I'm looking over the cast here, guys, and it looks like a bunch of no-names, the best I can tell. I don't see anybody that really stands out. But guys, please let me know down below if you guys have watched this. I know this has been out for a pretty good while from Screen Factory. But finally got it in my collection, guys. And again, very happy to have it with a slip. Alright. So, this next one here, I got some crap over the other day, whatever. I'll just show you the movie. It was called Zombie Fight Club. And that's the reversible artwork there. I love the title of this movie, guys. It looks like a fun time. I mean, anything zombies. I love the movie Fight Club. You throw it together, I'm just a sucker for that kind of crap. But this one here was one that I was pretty sure was not going to come with a slipcover, even though it did originally come with a slipcover. So I actually got this slipcover off of eBay for like $8.50. And of course, everybody always gives me shit about my slipcovers. But I had a feeling this wouldn't come. I ordered this from deep discount. And I had a feeling this wouldn't come with a slipcover. And so when I paid $8.50 for this, I was worried I was going to end up with one movie and two slipcovers. So that was a good purchase for $8.50. It gave me a slipcover for this movie. I know most of y'all are probably judging me out there, but you know, it is what it is. But there's the reversible artwork on that, and I'm assuming that is the original artwork. But this movie came out in 2014. It's the end of the century at a corner of the city in a building riddled with crime. Everyone in the building has turned into zombies. After Jenny's boyfriend is killed in a zombie attack, she faces the challenges of surviving in the face of adversity. I'm super excited to have this one, guys. I'm hoping it holds up to what I have in my head of being what I think is going to be a good time. But that is Zombie Fight Club. All right. Now, the last two that I have in the Scream Factory line are the two collector's editions that was released this month. And the first one is The Sword and the Sorcerer. Really, really love that artwork. And I'm sure you guys have seen these talked about a few times already. But this one here came out in 1982. A mercenary with a three-bladed sword rediscovers his royal heritage's that's hard to say, heritage's dangerous future when he is recruited to help a princess foil the designs of a brutal tyrant and a powerful sorcerer in conquering a new land. Woo, that was tough. I am checking out the cast of this, guys. I really hadn't dug too much into this. It looks like it has Richard Lynch. I do recognize him. I'm probably overlooking somebody. Richard Mole is in this. But yeah, it seemed like I remember this movie, guys. I know whenever Scream Factory first announced this, I did recognize the name, but I'm just not sure if I've seen it or not. Well, this being a collector's edition, I'll go ahead and go over the special features. It says the new 2021 4K scan from the original negative. You get new audio commentary with director Albert Payan. On disc 2, the Blu-ray, which is where most of the special features are. You get a 4K scan from the original negative. New audio commentary with Albert Payan. New interviews with actress Kathleen Beller, co-writer, co-producer John Stuckmeyer, editor Marshall Harvey, special makeup effects artist Alan Napone, and more. Trailers from Hell, Marshall Harvey on The Sword and the Sorcerer. Theatrical trailers, and TV spot. So really not the strongest list of special features for this being a collector's edition. But I always thought this was kind of a weird title for Scream Factory to put out as a collector's edition. But it is what it is, guys. We have it now, and it's in my collection, and I'm looking forward to checking it out. Really nice artwork on that. And guys, I can't remember. Did I show y'all the reversible artwork? I don't think I did. I will do that real fast. I apologize. There is I think that's the Scream Factory new commission artwork. And that is, I'm sure, the original. You know, of course, another 4K from Scream Factory. Love the black cases. You know, I had asked me, somebody asked me on a stream the other day if I think Scream Factory's artwork has went down over the years. I think it was Side Hustle Cinema. And yeah, I do. We were talking about that. The artwork that we have now, even though it is nice, it feels a little more cookie cutter than what we had back in the day. Back in the day on these earlier collector's editions, it was artwork. You know, they have professional artists, and of course I don't remember all the names, like some people do. But they have professional artists come in and design this artwork for these slipcovers, and they were works of art, guys. Even though this is really, really nice, it doesn't really feel like a piece of art the way the earlier collector's editions did. Alright, guys, the last one that I picked up from Scream Factory for this month, and I still have two more coming for the month of March, but they don't come out to the 29th, so I'll probably just add those into April's video. But the last one I picked up for this month is one of the collector's editions called Nightmare. Pretty good artwork there, guys. Again, nothing that really stands out. You know, if I didn't have all those old Scream Factory titles, I'd be really impressed with this artwork. But comparing this to some of their older releases, like I said, it's okay. I like it. It's just not, doesn't blow me away. You know what I mean? Janet is a young student at a private school. Her nights are troubled by horrible dreams in which she sees her mother, who is in fact locked in an insane asylum, haunting her. Expelled because of her persistent nightmares, Janet is sent home where the nightmares continue. So, this one is directed by Freddie Francis, not familiar. And looking at the cast, guys, don't see anybody that stands out. So, special features on this one here, you know, fairly decent amount. You're going to get a new 2K scan from the Inner Positive, a new audio commentary with film historian Brian Hallenbeck. You get a new Sleepless Nights reflecting on a nightmare movie. New Slice and Fright. Actor Jonathan Rigby remembers Nightmare, revealing the nightmare, interviews with actress Julia Samuel, and more. Nightmare in the Making, Jenin Linden remembers. Madhouse Inside Hammer's Nightmares. Theatrical trailer is Stills Gallery. So guys, for a special feature from Screen Factory, that's the way you're supposed to do it. I mean, I know nothing about this movie, but you know, when they have special features like that, and you get to see some of the interviews from the original cast, even a movie like this you might be on the fence about, guys. Once you know more about it, you may become a fan of the movie. But I know this happened to me before. It was a movie that I somewhat enjoyed, and once I watched the special features and maybe went back and watched it with some of the commentary, I became a bigger fan of the movie. At the very least, I appreciated it more. You guys know what I mean. But of course, guys, this is an old black and white movie. But yeah, that's Nightmare. Glad to have it in the collection. Would it have been one that I would have picked for a collector's edition? Probably not. But you know, I also don't get paid the money Screen Factory does to know shit like that. Alright. Well, that is everything we got in the Screen Factory line, guys. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm going to put some timestamps down below so you guys can jump around and watch whatever part of this you want to watch, however you guys want to do it. Alright, guys, so now we're going to go over what I picked up from Vinegar Syndrome for the month of March. You know, I really probably should have got the subscriber package this year because I had the halfway to Black Friday subscriber package last year. And I told myself that this year I wasn't going to do it because the titles of 2021, in my opinion, were not really that strong. Well, so far, every single month in 2022, they've really upped their game as far as their releases go. And every month so far, I've picked up the bundle every single month. So it probably would have paid off in the long run to go ahead and get the yearly subscription. Probably what I'll do is when the halfway to Black Friday sale rolls around, I'll probably get the halfway to Black Friday subscriber package. But guys, we're going to get started with these here. And the first one I picked up was the latest in their VSA line. And it's another Billy Blanks classic. And that's Talons of the Eagle. And I'll show you all the artwork there, guys. And yeah, I don't have very high hopes on this movie here, guys. I am trying to collect all the VSAs, at least for now. I may end up down the road, I may end up reselling these, I don't know, because traditionally the VSAs are not the best movies. But you know, you do get these nice cases, and guys, you know I got to do it. But there's the artwork on the case. See what you get on the back there, guys. You know, I mean, these releases are so nice. I mean, I can tell y'all how great the artwork is. You guys heard me say it 100 times. And you know, the one good thing about these VSAs is you always get a nice poster. But I mean, really, guys, I just want to ask you a serious question. Is anybody going to hang this up? I mean, I don't know. Is there any fans of this movie? I've never heard of it. To be honest with you, before I started collecting Vinegar Syndrome, the only thing I knew Billy Blanks from was Tybo. But yeah, I guess he was a damn action star. I just didn't know it. Because every single month they seem to release a new Billy Blanks movie. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're almost done with them, guys, because I forgot just about all the Billy Blanks in my collection that I need. But that being said, being a VSA, I went ahead and grabbed it. And like I said, I'm kind of on the fence. I may end up selling these VSAs down the road because, you know, I really don't want to keep stuff on my shelf that I know I'm never going to go back and watch again. And you know, this might be a fun one-time watch. If it's something I enjoy, maybe, but I mean, I don't see myself going back to this very often. This is number 2,299 out of 5,000. And this is a 1992 movie. Of course, starring Billy Blanks. And don't recognize anybody else in the cast. Just I'm kind of scanning over it real quick. It was directed by Michael Kennedy. So you guys let me know if you know anything about this movie at all. I didn't know it existed until I seen the release. Alright, so next up. And these are two movies I didn't think I would ever double dip on. But there was a 4K from Vinegar Syndrome. I went in and got the bundle this month. And that is X-Ray. And it's a double feature with a movie called Schizoid. And this is a 4K double feature release. So I do have the double feature from Screen Factory of these two movies. But I decided to go and pick up this release, you know, mainly just to see what the special features were, and I also wanted to see how better the transfer was. But yeah, you know, it's a 4K for Vinegar Syndrome. I try to pick all those up that I can, but I'll go and tell you guys a little bit about the movie. This movie came out in 1980. It was directed by David Paulson, and it stars Klaus Kinski and Christopher Lloyd are the two biggest names in it. But you know, it's an okay movie, guys. I've watched it once since I've had it on Screen Factory. The other movie on this release, X-Ray, came out in 1981. And it was directed by Boaz Davidson. And there's not much as far as the way of names of this one, guys. Nobody that really stands out. And I know I watched this one whenever I got the double feature, but I'm thinking I may just only watch Schizoid because I don't have much memory of X-Ray. Maybe it wasn't memorable. Maybe I didn't watch it. I don't remember, guys. Watch a lot of movies. But anyway, I got the 4K I'm gonna go. I want to compare the transfer of the special features to the Screen Factory release, and if it's something worthwhile, I'll hang on to it. If not, guys, I will resell it. All right, next up we have a movie called Reform School Girls. Don't know much about it. I think Brian Goes Blue told me he had seen this and it was a pretty good time. I may be wrong about that. We talk about a lot of movies. But this movie here came out in 1986. But it was directed by Tom DeSimon, and it stars Wendy O. Williams, Sybil Danning, and seeing if I recognize anybody else in the cast, and nobody that stands out. But it says they're sexy, they're beautiful, and they're bad. Bad enough to be locked up in Pridemore Juvenile Facility, where there are no windows, no possibility of escape, and no hope. But let me show you this inside cover, guys. Brian said this looks like his lunch lady back in high school. I think it looks like Roseanne Barr. But this is probably close to the bottom of the barrel. But I really like prison movies, and so that alone is making me, kind of hopeful this is going to be a fun time. There's the reversible, guys. If that doesn't look terrible, that's terrible artwork there, guys. Terrible. So I guess I'm going to put it on the lunch lady. But yeah, that's Reform School Girls, guys. I am hopeful that this is going to be one that'll stay on my shelf and will be a good time. All right, now this is the one everybody was talking about, guys, and of course that is Hard Rock Zombies. This was their really exciting title for the month, when everybody was going after, even when people that don't really collect Vinegar Syndrome was going after this one. But this movie came out in 1985. This is a freshly out of the grave band of hard rock zombies is thirsting to take their sweet revenge as they give the performances of a lifetime. And this movie stars absolutely nobody that I recognize. Directed by nobody that I know. Krisha Sean? I don't know, guys. I have seen this movie. It was video store days. The last time I seen this movie, I'm sure was written from a video store. I really dug the artwork. I was big into hair metal bands. I got the movie. It was a fun time. I haven't seen it since. But I am very intrigued to check it out again. I love the 80s rock, probably what this is based around. And I don't remember much about it, guys. I do remember liking it back in the day. But, guys, it's probably been 30 plus years since I've seen it. So really excited to check that one out again. Now, guys, this is a double release. On the other side of the slipcover here, you have a movie called Slaughterhouse Rock. Now, Slaughterhouse Rock, I'm pretty sure I've seen this movie. I know for a fact I remember seeing that back in the video store days. And I would have rented this, guys. I know I would have, but I don't have much memory of it. This one came out in 1987. I'd have still been in high school. This movie stars Tony Basil. Now, a lot of you guys ain't as old as I am, but I'm sure you probably heard the song. There's a song called Mickey, and Tony Basil was the one that sung that song. It was one of the first videos ever played on MTV. It was the first run of videos ever played on MTV back in the early 80s. So Tony Basil was basically a one-hit wonder from the 80s. I don't recognize anybody else in the cast, guys, just looking at it, but that'll be interesting to see her act. Not expecting much out of it. But it says here, a man visits Alcatraz prison after having dreams about all the people who died there. When he gets there, his brother is possessed by an evil cannibal demon. The ghost of a female heavy metal singer who was killed there tries to help the man fight the monster. I don't know, guys. I know that sounds cheesy as hell, but to me it sounds like a good time. But that is Slaughterhouse Rock and Hard Rock Zombies. I'm super excited to check this out, guys. I got a feeling this is one that will stay on my shelf. And the reason why I keep saying it's going to stay on my shelf, I've kind of came to the realization that I'm not going to be collecting all these Vinegar Syndrome titles, which, when I first started collecting them, I got really excited about the artwork and some of the movies. And I first had the idea that I was going to collect all those the way I'm collecting all the Screen Factory. And guys, there's just no way. They release so many titles that very best are one-time watches. Some titles not even worth that. And so what I decided to do is I'm going to buy the ones that seem interesting to me. If I like them, they stay on the shelf. If I don't like them, I'm going to resell them. And the good thing about these movies here, guys, is they're very, very resellable. They hold their value. And when these things go out of print, you're at the very least going to get your money back. So, it's a good way to try some stuff, get some blind buys. If you don't like them, you can always get your money back. But, yeah, guys, that's the inside artwork. Whenever I get these titles from Vinegar Syndrome, I am really hoping to like them. I'm really hoping to keep them on the shelf. Because at the very least, even on a crappy movie, their artwork's fantastic. But yeah, it's kind of depressing when you get a movie that looks fantastic and you put it in, you watch it, and you make it through it, and it's like, okay, I can never see myself watching that again. And right now, I got a lot of those up on that shelf that I need to go through. But yeah, guys, that's kind of my new realization on Vinegar Syndrome. I'm definitely not going to be a completionist when it comes to that line. Matter of fact, my days of being a completionist, when I get done with Scream Factory, is pretty much done. But yeah, guys, after Scream Factory being such a big label, and me going through the challenge of trying to collect all those, a big label like Vinegar Syndrome or Arrow, or even Synapse or something like that, or Severin. Yeah, I don't see myself ever going and trying to be a completionist with any other line. Now, the smaller labels like Vestron, yeah, Columbia or Paramount Presents, yeah, I can see myself keeping up with those. You know, they come out with one title a month, maybe one title every couple months. So, you know, and plus they're inexpensive, guys. Those are an easy line to kind of keep up on and collect. But yeah, something like Scream Factory and Vinegar Syndrome and Arrow and stuff like that. I mean, you got to cherry pick. Nobody can have all those. I could also include Criterion in that list. But you guys know what I'm saying, guys. If I wasn't already so far into the Scream Factories, I probably would have changed my mind. But guys, I'm so close now. Like I said before, it's kind of a personal vendetta. Judge me if you may, guys. It's what it is. But anyway, guys, that's what I picked up from Vinegar Syndrome this month. We're gonna move on. All right, so next up, we're gonna go through everything I picked up from Severin Films. There's not very much here, guys, so this shouldn't take very long to get through these. The first one I picked up is House on the Edge of the Park. Now, as you guys probably know by now, I'm trying to slowly but surely get all these Video Nasty releases. And this is a really nice release by Severin. Really nice slipcover. And there's the inside artwork. That is the reversible artwork. I already turned it around. There's the back. And this here, guys, I mean, this is a really nice release. I love these black cases. You get this really nice card on the inside, guys. But guys, this is a 3-disc release. On the first disc here, you're going to get a Blu-ray of the movie. And on disc number 2, the orange disc right there, you are going to be getting a feature-length documentary by Felipe Guerrero that explores the film-by-film triumphs, tragedies, and controversies of Ruggiero Deodato. I feel like I should know that name. You also get some deleted scenes and trailers. Disc number 3, the white disc, is going to be an audio CD soundtrack to the movie. So really nice release, guys. They kind of packed this one pretty full. I'm trying to see what special features we got here. Anything that stands out? And guys, listen here, you get a really nice interview with the director. You get some commentaries, interviews. I mean, different kind of interviews, trailers, basic stuff, guys. But yeah, one I'm looking forward to checking out. I've never actually seen this movie. There's actually quite a few titles on the Video Nasty list I've never seen. This is a really nice release by Severin Films. I don't have very many titles by them yet, but I mean, every month I'm getting 1 or 2 here and there. So like I said, it's getting up there, guys. The other one I picked up, and I got this one. This is actually a double feature. And this is a movie called Axe and Kidnap Coed. Now, Axe is the one I was going after. It's on the Video Nasty list. I'm not sure if Kidnap Coed is. I don't think it is. But this is the only way I could find Axe was to get this double feature. And I found this on Severin's website. This was pretty inexpensive. But Axe is a 1974 movie. And like I said, this one is on the Video Nasty list. It says 3 criminals on a murder spree arrive at a farmhouse where a girl is living with her paralyzed grandfather. So, just going to be early, this came out in 1974, so this is going to be one of those 70s exploitation type movies. Some of those are really good, some of those are okay, some of these are hard to watch. So hopefully this one here will be okay. This was directed by Frederick Fidel, and don't see anybody in the cast, guys, that really stands out. I see that Frederick Fidel actually stars in the movie. He's 4th in the cast list. But yeah, we'll see what it is, guys. Like I said, it's definitely one I wanted to check out. The other one that comes with this, like I said, it's called Kidnap Coed. It also goes by the name Date with a Kidnapper. This one came out in 1976. It says a woman living in a boarding house is kidnapped by a small-time criminal. Soon others in the gang try to take her away from him so they can get the ransom. Also directed by Frederick Fidel. And don't recognize any names, not surprised. This should be a pretty fun double feature, guys. And there's the inside artwork there. And no reversible artwork on this one here, guys. But this is a 2-disc set. On the first disc, you're going to get both movies. And on disc number 2 is going to be the audio soundtrack, the CD. So, again, guys, both these releases come with the audio CD. And I think Severin's pretty good about doing that for the most part on a lot of their releases. But yeah, it says here at the top, the films of Frederick Fidel. So, there you go. That's what I picked up from Severin Films this month. All right, next we're going to go over the Criterion titles I picked up for the month of March. Now, these are the 4 titles that I picked up during that sale they had recently. And this was the 50% off sale. Now, I don't have a very big Criterion collection. It is slowly growing. And the first one here I picked up was a movie called Antichrist. This movie came out in 2009. It was directed by Lars von Trier, if I'm saying that correctly. And it stars William Dafoe, Charlotte Gainsborough, and Storm Salstrom. Never heard of them. A grieving couple retreat to their cabin in the woods, hoping to repair their broken hearts and troubled marriage. But nature takes its course and things go from bad to worse. But I've heard this is a really, really great movie. Johnny Walker highly recommended this film. And one thing about it that I'm really excited to check out is Johnny's wife was telling us in chat that this is the one movie that she has seen Johnny turn away from the camera, turn away from the TV, that it was so intense. So yeah, this is one that I'm definitely looking forward to check out. I'm hoping that me and the guys can get on Discord and watch this together. But this was one that I had to grab. It looks like a very good release. It's one I'm definitely looking forward to checking out. And you get a really nice book in here, guys. So here's the booklet here. Nice shot of William Dafoe there on the back. And really, really nice looking book. Show you guys well, kind of hard to pick that up on camera. It's kind of dark, but a lot of good literature for you guys that like reading stuff like that. I don't know the movie, guys. I have never seen it, but there is a shot of a deer on the inside, which I'm sure will be explained once we see the actual movie. But yeah, one I'm glad to have in my collection. I am looking to add more Criterions, but there's so many Criterions I'm just simply not familiar with. So I just try to pick up the ones that I know and ones that get recommended from trustworthy sources. And Johnny Walker knows the kind of shit that I like, and so if he recommends this, I'm at least going to check it out. So looking forward to checking that one out, guys. All right, this next one up is one that I actually did know. I haven't seen it in a really long time, but this is an absolutely fantastic movie, guys. I'm a big fan of James Caan. That is a movie called Thief. And I really cannot believe I didn't already have this in my collection. And I really didn't know Criterion had put this out. But this movie here came out in 1981. And this was directed by Michael Mann. And it says, an ace safecracker wants to do one last big heist for the mob before going straight. And pretty much, you put James Caan in anything, I'll watch it. I'm a huge James Caan fan from, obviously The Godfather. He was fantastic in Misery. He was good in Honeymoon in Vegas with Nicolas Cage, even though that was kind of a crazy role for him. Just anything with James Caan in it, I'm on board, guys. This also stars Tuesday Weld, Willie Nelson, Jim Belushi. So you got a great cast here, guys. Dennis Farina. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to checking this one out again, guys. It has been so many years since I've seen it. But yeah, this is one high on my list. I will be watching this probably this week. You do get a booklet, which I'm not sure. Guys, you let me know. Do you get booklets with all these Criterion releases? It seemed like I did with most of the ones I got. This isn't really a booklet. It's more of kind of a fold out. But, you get that there. A lot of good information about the movie. And what else we got here on the back? You got a list of the cast and the credits and stuff like that. List of the special features. And looks like a ton of special features, guys. Which I, of course, always appreciate. You guys know that. I'll give you guys a quick outline of the special features. Like I said, it came out in 1981, 124 minutes runtime. You get the 5.1 surround sound, 1.85 aspect ratio. It's a director-approved Blu-ray special edition features. New digital restoration from a 4K film transfer of the director's cut, approved by director Michael Mann, with a 5.1 surround DTS HD Master Audio soundtrack. Audio commentary featuring Mann and actor James Caan. Sign me up. I'm there. New interviews with Mann, Caan, and Johannes Schmoling of the band Tangerine Dream, which contributed to the film's soundtrack. A trailer plus an essay by critic Nick James. So yeah, I'm super glad to have that in my collection, guys. Yeah, like I said, my Criterion collection is growing slowly. And this next one here is one also that Johnny Walker recommended. Johnny Walker has recently really got into some Criterions. And, he just kind of throws me recommendations there, here and there. And he knows that he knows I've really been getting into some of the martial art films. He knows I'm a big fan of Kill Bill. And this was the movie that pretty much inspired the character that Lucy Liu played in Kill Bill. And this is the complete Lady Snowblood collection. Now with this one here, you get 2 films. You get Lady Snowblood and Lady Snowblood Love Song of Vengeance. And Lady Snowblood was released in 1973. Lady Snowblood 2, Love Song of Vengeance, came out in 1974. The first one, Lady Snowblood, says a strikingly beautiful young woman is trained from birth to be a deadly instrument of revenge against the swindlers who destroyed her family. And the plot for number 2, this one says to avoid a death sentence for her prior acts of bloodshed, the vengeful swordswoman Lady Snowblood is conscripted by the Japanese secret police to assassinate political descendants. Both these movies sound like a good time. Johnny Walker highly recommended them. And anything that Quentin Tarantino draws inspiration from to make some of his great films, it's always fun to go back and check them out, guys. Never seen these before, but I'm super, super excited to check it out. This one here, it looks like you don't get a booklet, but you do get a poster here. Well, I'll take that back. It's a poster on one side, it looks like. You guys can make that out. And the other side is just a bunch of literature. But, yeah, just a bunch of literature about the movie, guys. And the inside of this one here is fairly plain. You got some disc art there, and no reversible on this at all. Well, I'll take that back. There's the little stripe of blood on that side there. But, yeah, double feature Criterion. Got this for a great price during the sale. And guys, that's pretty much the only time I'm going to pick up Criterions really is going to be during that sale, for the most part. Alright, moving on to the last Criterion I picked up. This is one I've had my eye on for a really long time. And when Johnny picked it up recently and watched it, he was going on and on whatever about how this movie here is a hard watch. And I've heard that from quite a few people as well. But that is a movie called Come and See. Now, what I hear, guys, this movie here is an emotional roller coaster. I hear that it's a tough watch. The movie came out in 1985. It says, after finding an old rifle, a young boy joins the Soviet resistance movement against ruthless German forces and experiences the horror of World War II. And the one thing about this movie that I seem to always hear when people talk about it is there's a scene with a cow where you hear bullets actually hitting the cow, like hitting the dead cow, using real bullets. And it's supposed to be pretty intense. It's supposed to be kind of a hard watch. It's definitely one I've had on my radar for a while to watch. And there's the booklet on the inside, guys. Pretty plain, but you see just the name of the movie there. And I mean, a really nice sized book here, guys. Give you a shot of that first image there. But yeah, the rest of the book, guys, is just stuff like this here. You have a bunch of reading material on the about the movie. As far as the special features go, you get a new 2K digital restoration with uncompressed mono aural soundtrack. Ooh, that's a mouthful. New interview with cinematographer Roger Deakins. New interview with director. I'm not going to say these names, guys, but you get the gist. You get a ton. I'll just kind of give you a brief outline there. There's the whole paragraph of special features. You guys can make that out there. But I've heard people talk about this movie. I've heard people review it. I've seen people do watch-alongs on YouTube. And it's one that I've just never checked out before, guys. But, yeah, definitely looking forward to checking that one out, guys. And that is the last Criterion release I picked up for the month of March. Looking forward to picking up a few more. Alright, guys, we're going to go ahead and finish this up here with these last few titles. And these are going to be from just various boutique labels. So the next title we're going to go over is a movie called The Last Matinee. And, of course, that is the foreign title there. Which I can't pronounce that, so I'm not going to try. But this is a movie that is released by Dark Star. Now, Dark Star is not one I'm very familiar with. This movie was recommended to me by Johnny Walker, so I decided to pick it up. He said he was a big fan of this film. So, But guys, this is a pretty recent release. This came out in 2020. And it was directed by Maximilio Contento. And, sorry. And I'm not going to pronounce any of the names, guys. Looks like they're all in Italian. It looks like they're all in... It looks like this is an Italian horror film, guys. So I'm not going to try to pronounce any of the names. But it says here, it's a soaking wet day with rain pouring down, and one of the best things to do is go seek refuge in a great old cinema. There's just one problem. A murderer is on the loose, and he also has taken refuge there. So yeah, I love movies like this, movies that are based in cinemas. Movies like Demons. This should be a good time. I know Johnny Walker was a huge fan of this movie, and so I'm looking forward to checking this out. And I know Brad over at Category 3 and me, he also picked up this film, so we're probably going to be watching this together pretty soon. But there is a shot of the inside, guys, the inside artwork, and there's your disc art. Looks like an eyeball, and there's the reversible. So yeah, definitely looking forward to checking this one out. Now I do know with this release here from Darkstar, this actually comes with a couple extra films. Let's see if I can give y'all some more information on that. This also comes with the film Frankenstein Day of the Beast and Puppet Pal 5. 2 different feature films. Not sure about those at all, guys. But you get a ton of special features here. You get a bunch of shorts. You get a short called Movie Day Uruguay, Fruit Stairs, Thank You for Your Visit, Popping Eyes, The Cookie, and Maxi, whatever, I can't pronounce that. Maxi Contenti or something like that. Let's see here. Deleted scenes, director's commentary. You get a bunch of stuff, guys. So this seems to really be the release to get, from what I can tell. So yeah, really excited about checking that one out. All right, next up is one that I am familiar with, and I absolutely love this packaging, guys. But this comes from Grindhouse Releasing, and that is the movie called Pieces. And I'm sure most of you guys are probably familiar with this. But yeah, this packaging, guys, is absolutely fantastic. I got Cannibal for Rocks, whatever, from them. And yeah, there's the inside artwork. These guys do a really, really great job with their packaging. You can see you get the thicker cases with these, which is always nice. And on the inside there, you get a nice little booklet. There's some information about the film. I can't show most of that because there's a lot of nudity. And you see you have 2 discs on the inside there. And no reversible, just a shot for some of the actors there. I mean, this is just quality, guys. I mean, it just really is. Really nice release. I don't have very many releases from Grindhouse, but this is what I have. I'm pretty impressed with. Look on the back, guys. All that there is special features. Everything you see there. Let's see. You get 2 complete versions of this shocking gore classic. You get Pieces, 83 minutes, the original unrated U.S. theatrical version, presented in English. I'm not going to pronounce this foreign title, but it says the original uncensored director's cut, presented in Spanish. Spectacular new 4K transfer, scanned from the original camera negative. You get audio commentary with the star Jack Taylor, a special 5.1 audio option, and it says the Vine Theater Experience. I'm not familiar with what that is, but interested. You get a bunch of in-depth interviews, some commentaries, different stuff. Yeah, it says, and other surprises. So it's a really solid release, guys. And this also comes with an audio soundtrack. So there's your, let me turn that around for you. There's your audio CD right there. So yeah, looks like the Grindhouse Releasing just knocked it out of the park. And I'm going to be looking for some more of these releases, guys. I really like these slide-out cases, like you get with this. Really a big fan of those. But yeah, guys, that's Pieces from Grindhouse Releasing. And I know a lot of people had recommended this this release, so I'm glad to finally have it in my collection here, guys. All right, moving on. Now, I'm a fan of A24. I do have quite a few A24 titles I've picked up, like Hereditary, Midsommar. I got probably 7 or 8 different A24 releases. I got quite a few of them on Vudu. But physical media-wise, I probably own about 7 or 8 A24s. Well, with the new X movie coming out, which I'm a big fan of, by the way, I just watched it yesterday. I decided I'm going to go and try to slowly collect all the A24s. Just pick up some, here and there. And I decided to start with the first one that A24 ever put out, and that is A Glimpse Inside the Mind of Charles Swan III. And I have no damn idea who Charles Swan is, but this has a pretty good cast. You get Charlie Sheen and Bill Murray, and Jason Schwartzman. So there's the back. I mean, there's a damn hot dog on the back. I know nothing about this, guys. So you guys feel free to let me know down below. And of course, it comes with a damn eco case. This A24 is not what I consider to be a boutique label. They put out, obviously a really strong independent film company. But yeah, and this does come with a slip, but the slip is near impossible to find. So I actually reached out to Side Hustle Cinema, and he is making me a slip for this. So when that comes in, I'll be sure to show it in a future video. But yeah, real excited to kind of go through and start collecting some of these guys. And another one that I got that I forgot was even A24 was Spring Breakers with James Franco. That's another one that I own. So I need to go through their list and kind of check off the ones I already own. But I know it's no more than probably 7 or 8, give or take. But yeah, looking forward to start collecting these guys, and it's gonna be fun to kind of go through and watch some of these, because there's a bunch of A24s I haven't ever seen. So that's gonna be a fun ride there, guys. All right, next up I have 2 titles from Imprint. Imprint's a line that I started collecting maybe about 2 months ago, and these titles are fantastic. This is an Australian line, and the next one I got here from Imprint is Regarding Henry with Harrison Ford. If you guys have not seen this, it's a very underrated Harrison Ford performance. He does a fantastic job in this. He plays an attorney that basically he's kind of an asshole, and he gets shot. And after he gets shot, he survives, but he starts having problems remembering things. He has to kind of relearn everything, and he just becomes a totally different guy. Whatever. It's a very good movie. It's a very It's kind of a tearjerker movie in a way. I mean, it's one of those feel good movies. And like I said, it's one I'm glad to have in my collection. I've seen it many times. I don't think I've ever owned it. And guys, these Imprint titles, just a huge fan. You guys have heard me talk about these before in the past. Just real solid releases. You don't get reverse artwork with these. There's your disc art. You just get, usually it's just a shot of the film. But if you hadn't seen Regarding Henry, y'all go check it out. If you guys want to maybe just check it out before you buy it, maybe find it on a streaming service somewhere. Really solid movie, guys. I'm a big fan of it. Glad to have it. And by the way, this is number 36 in their line. All right, the other one that I picked up from Imprint is a Matt Dillon, Kelly Lynch movie called Drugstore Cowboy. And great looking cover there, guys. And this one here is going to be number 64 in the line. And there is the inside cover. Nice shot of Matt Dillon there. And again, guys, reversible artwork. There's your disc. And there's the reversible. Just a shot from the cast there. Another great movie, guys. And these movies, I didn't go over it with Regarding Henry, but these movies get a pretty good amount of special features. This has a 1080p high definition presentation, audio commentary with Gus Van Sant and actor Matt Dillon, a making of documentary, a visual essay, theatrical trailer. So, I mean, you get some pretty good featurettes, audio commentary, stuff like that. Guys, if you haven't looked into Imprint, now, like I said, this is an Australian release, but the best place to find these here in the States is going to be Orbit DVD. They carry a pretty good supply of the Imprint titles. That's where I've bought all mine from, except for one. You also, I found out you can kind of get these on Amazon from time to time. But if you really want to check out some Imprint titles, go over to Orbit DVD. They have a pretty good selection of these. So that's where I get most of mine from. All right, next up is the real controversial film. I'm sure everybody knows what's going on with this film here, guys. But this is the movie Thriller, and I did an actual video review of this movie, and big fan of the movie, guys. I really enjoyed it. And this is from Synapse Films. But I'm not going to get real deep into this movie, guys. If you guys want to check out my thoughts on this movie and see my complete review, I will link that down below. But guys, if you haven't checked out this movie, I know some people that don't really care for this movie at all, but I was a fan of it. You guys that don't know, that character right there, that's the main star of the movie. That's the character that inspired Quentin Tarantino on Daryl Hannah's character in Kill Bill. So just a little interesting tidbit, guys. But go out and watch my review on this, guys, and you can get my full thoughts on the movie. All right. This one here actually got a big studio release, which I don't buy very many of unless it's a 4K. But this is one I simply didn't own, and I really wanted to kind of have this as a placeholder until hopefully the 4K comes out later this year. And that is the movie Poltergeist, one of my favorite horror movies of all times. And I can't really explain why I didn't own this on physical media. I have many times over the years. But for whatever reason, it was not in my collection. Now, this is just a bare bones release. Nothing to speak of at all. Damn Eco case. You don't get nothing special with these guys. This is going to be just kind of bare bones stuff. It does list some special features here. Let's see what it says. It says you get a new digital transfer from regenerated picture elements, a soundtrack remastered in Dolby 5.1. They Are Here, the real world Poltergeist revealed, and documentary in 2 parts: Science of the Spirits and Communing with the Dead. So you do get a nice little documentary with this. That's not too bad, guys. But I would love to see a boutique label like Arrow put out a 4K release of this. That would be fantastic. So hoping, guys, at the very least, just give me a 4K of it. All right, we're getting close, guys. We got 2 titles left. So this next one is the latest in the Vestron Video Collector Series line, and that is Dream a Little Dream. Of course, it has the 2 Corys in it. And guys, I've seen this back in the day, probably a couple times. I haven't seen it probably since the 80s. I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen it. I mean, this is a title that I probably would not have picked up if I was not collecting the other Vestrons. But this is number 25 of the line. It's one that I am excited to go back and kind of check out again. But it wasn't one that was really high on my radar. And like I said, if some big studio company would have put this out, would I have bought it? Probably not. But I am glad Vestron put it out. It kind of gives me an excuse to go back and kind of check it out again. Now that I have it, guys, I will check it out, and hopefully it'll be something that I kind of enjoy going back to. All right, the last thing I picked up is a 4K exclusive Steelbook from Best Buy, and that is the 4K Steelbook of the movie Shooter with Mark Wahlberg. Give you all a shot of that art there. Just a great looking Steelbook, guys. It's real plain, but that's okay. It's a really good Steelbook for what this movie is. That's what it says on the back there. I didn't start it, but I mean to see it through. So if you guys have never seen this, guys, it's a really solid Mark Wahlberg performance. It's a movie that I've been a fan of for years, and I didn't own it in 4K. I think this is the first time it was on 4K. It maybe had a slip release of 4K. I'm not sure, but this is the first time I've owned it on 4K. Pretty plain, nothing really to speak of, guys. But let's see if we get a Dolby Atmos with this thing. So guys, listen here. It looks like you get a DTS HD Master Audio, Dolby Vision, but it looks like there's no Atmos track, from what I can tell. Just looking at the back of the, sometimes when you're trying to find some of these cards, especially when you're live on camera, it's hard to really tell. But anyway, guys, I'm sure it's going to look fantastic. It'll be fun to go back and revisit this movie. Haven't seen it in a couple of years. Excited to check it out on 4K. Well, guys, that's it. That's my collection update for the month of March. So I've been doing a lot of live streams over there with Brad over at Category 3 and me, and with Johnny Walker over at Johnny's Boutique Podcast. It used to be Johnny Walker, but he changed it to Johnny's Boutique Podcast because he wanted to make it easier for people to find him. So you guys make sure you go over and subscribe to both of those guys. I also do a lot of live streams with Brian Goes Blue. Another great YouTuber, guys. Y'all go over there and check his channel out. And I'm going to link all their channels down below, guys, because I've been doing a lot of stuff with them here lately. And the live streams have been a lot of fun. We're probably going to keep those coming. People seem to be enjoying them. But guys, I appreciate you guys watching this video. I will be back really soon with more collection updates for the month of April. I got some reviews planned. I have a Pops Tops episode 4 coming up soon, and just a lot of fun stuff, guys. But once again, thank y'all for watching. You guys have a great week, and I will see y'all in the next video. You guys take care.